Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, Dominga Shaitan. I am Dominga and I am here again with my niece,
Michaela.
and we're going to talk to you. Last time we did a video basically about her Air Force journey. If you don't, or if you haven't seen that already, I'll leave a link in the description. If you haven't seen her video already that we did together, I'll leave the link in the description below and then also in this little iCard right here.
I was walking with the ghost.
So let's start from after the last video. What happened since then?
I think the last video was about like me going to MEPS and swearing in. So after that was in January, and then after that I got a call from my recruiter. I was at work and he was like, "Hey, so we got your job." And I was like like instant crickets. Like I was like, "Whoa, what you got my job?"
Right.
Like, because at that time, literally, like I was low-key over the Air Force. Like it was taking forever, and I was just like, you know what? I only swore into the DEP, so like I could get out of here real quick. You know what I'm saying? So I literally was just like, I don't really want to do this anymore. And it was just because it was taking too long. I had other options that I was looking into. So at that time, like I said, I was just kind of surprised when he called me.
Right.
So he was like, yeah, we got your personnel job. And that's what I wanted, like specifically. And I was like, wow, like all of us, look at God.
Oh my God! Wow!
Right, exactly.
All of a sudden,
No, for real.
you want to get what I want.
Yeah.
And so he was like, yeah, it leaves January 8th. And then I literally, like, it got that much more real all of a sudden. Like, now I have a date. Like, boom. And he's like, and I think I was literally paused on the phone. And he was just like, okay. Like, it was like, okay. Is that okay? You got a couple months? And I was like, yeah, whatever. And I just, like, hung up and I called my stepdad. And then,
You're probably still like, yeah, totally, cool.
like, I just, like, I literally faded out on the phone. Like, I swear to God, I
Right.
like, left, because my recruiter was calling me, and I was like, oh, crap. So I, like, ran from my job, went in the bathroom, I was like, what? And then, yeah, so finally got the job, which is amazing, because literally, that was what I was waiting for. Like, first it was the medical, and then it was literally just the job, because I specifically wanted personnel. And he was like, well, that might take 6 months. I was like, I don't care. Like, and I'm signing for 6 years, so.
So, okay, going back to that really quick, because I get a lot of people, subscribers, comments saying like, hey, how do I get the job that I want? And even in the last video that I did, I was basically like, you're probably not going to.
Yeah.
Now, that's pretty much the rule. Like, you're not going to get the job you want. Like, I put that out there. But there are exceptions to the rules like her. Now, can you kind of go over that just for the people who always ask me, like, how do I get the job that I specifically want?
So it's like a yes and no in terms of you actually getting what you want. It's more you have to press, like, firmly. If you know that you want to do something specific, don't let them tell you like, oh, well, it's going to take forever. Because if you do want that and you know that's what you want to do as a career, then, I mean, who's to tell you that you can't do it, right? So that's realistically what I wanted to do. I looked into, what is that? Security forces.
Oh, okay.
But that's going to be a no for me, dog. But anyway, so basically, if you want to get the job that you want, you obviously just have to, one, score for it, qualify for it, as well as at MEPS, because if you don't qualify for at MEPS, like, you get the score for on the ASVAB, but if you go to MEPS and they're like, oh, well, your depth perception was off, then you might not make it.
Right.
Like,
and it's a waiting. I know a lot of people who ask me, they come and they're like, how do I get this job? But it's like they don't either want to wait for it, or you might not get it because of you have to have the right vision for it, or you have to have, something else. So I'm always erring on the side of caution. If you want to go in fast, if you are like 18 and you're like, cool, you're going to school, you want to wait for it, all this stuff, then you know what, take your time. If you're like pushing the age, if you're like 28, like up in there, and you're like, I really just want to go in, I want to get my life started, because like we said before, this is like a jump off point.
Right.
The Air Force or military in general. Some people don't look at it like that. You can't, it doesn't matter. But if you want to, it's a good jump off point if you're only doing it for however many years. Okay, going back to that then, let's talk about how many years you're doing.
Right. Okay. So I think I already kind of threw that out there. I'm doing 6 years. I signed for 6. I was going to originally sign for 6 just because I was getting a signing bonus, and as I got into my contract, sitting down with my recruiter, he was going over with my job specifically. We don't have one. We don't have a signing bonus for personnel. But with signing, I do get ranked faster. I don't know what the specific, honestly, I don't be paying attention when I go to see my recruiter. I just be signing and I'll be like, all right. Cool.
Was he saying like you're going to get a higher rank faster going in 6 years?
Right.
Or?
So basically, because I'm signing for 6 and not the traditional 4 that most people sign for, I'm going to, I think, get to E3. Instead of going as a no striper, like for example, when Raven went in, no stripes at all, and then he earns his, it's either 2 or 3
Do you go in
stripes.
as that or just fast?
No, yeah, I go in as that.
So you're going in as an E3.
Right. Or don't quote me, because I don't, like I said, I don't
you're not 100%.
It's either 2 or 3. It's one or the other.
Okay.
But basically, Raven's been in for a year.
Right.
And me, or he will be in, by the time I go in, he had already been in for a year.
Right.
So when I go in, I'll meet him at the same time and get the same rank, and I've been in less time. Just because I signed for 6 years. That's my bonus, because I do get paid more, but it's not like a, boom, you get this much more money on top of my already pay, if that makes any sense.
Right. Okay, so let's move into your DEP meetings and everything that you've been through with those.
So I did have one recruiter originally, and then he's leaving. I don't really know what the whole story is. None of my business. I have a new recruiter now, and I went to one DEP call with my original recruiter, which is pretty whatever. We really didn't talk about anything. There was a lot of people there, more than I expected being there. And he was just like, well, do you guys have any questions? And I had never been to a DEP call, so I didn't really know what to expect. So basically, I was just kind of sitting there like, well, I don't have no questions, because like, I mean, my whole family's in the military,
right?
So like, any questions that I really would have had, they would have told me, and it would have been like a legitimate answer instead of it being just from the recruiter. You know what I'm saying? So that happened. Then my second DEP call that I went to was with the new recruiter, and he was a little more personable, I guess, just because he's new, he's young, you know, so he has more to say, I guess. He still didn't have it all planned out. It wasn't like, this is what we're going to talk about. It was more just like, once again, do you have any questions? So I guess that's really all it's for. They're supposed to answer your questions. I guess just go over little stuff. Right. He did give us some apps. So like the first one that I have is the delayed entry program. So it shows like, I guess we could like add in a little screenshot.
Yeah, I'll put in a screenshot, and then they'll all be linked in the bottom in the description box below.
So basically the first one's the delayed entry program one, and you put your name in there, whatever. It's not like linked to your recruiter. He doesn't watch that you have this or anything like this. But it'll say like how many days until your basic training date when you leave. It has the packing, it has training, so it gives you like a full workout plan for however many weeks. And then flashcards, so for example, going over the chain of command, which is just, you know, the president,
the stuff else you'll need to learn in basic training that you're going to learn. But
ranking, stuff like that. And then it has like the actual Air Force website on there. And then I have another one, which is Air Force Mobile Studio, so it's AF Fitness basically, and it's a PT test. So basically, it'll give you an example. It has abdominal size, push-ups, sit-ups, and aerobic timing. And then so it goes for male and female, and then it has the age groups on it. You can do your own PT test, put your score in, or what your time was. So let's say it was abdominal size of, I don't know, 29 or something. And then that'll put up a score, and it adds in your score with each thing that you input. So I did do one to see what would be like an ideal one to pass. Let's see if I have it. So to get a 90 My abdominal size would have to be 30. My push-ups would be 28, and this is in a minute. 28 push-ups in a minute. Sit-ups 50 in a minute, and then my mile time would have to be under 14 minutes and 15 seconds, and that's a 90 for my age group. So under 30 as a female, that would push you a whole 90, which is obviously passing. Oh wait, I have minimum and maximum on here.
Oh, okay.
So it shows the minimum and the maximums on each of them. So it'll say like abdominal size, and then under it says minimum and maximum. Okay. So you can't get minimum across the board. I know that for a fact. You can't get 35 minimum, 18 minimum.
You have to exceed in something.
You have to exceed at least one.
Okay.
At least one. So let's say your mile time's not that bad, or a mile and a half, whatever it is not that great. Then you can just exceed in push-ups and sit-ups. If you're not trying to be like a war hawk or anything like that, which most people probably aren't. I'm not. I'm just trying to pass.
Right.
Like, it's just basic training. It's not that deep. So, I mean, it's just about, realistically, like I said, to get a 90, those things are really not that hard. 28 push-ups.
Start now.
Yeah.
My push-ups are horrible right now. I could do like 5
I'm not even gonna talk about
ones.
I'm not even gonna talk about my
Running? Yeah, I could do that. Sure. Push-ups, huh? Yeah.
But yeah, so those are the things that he gave us to personally go over. I know you have to learn like the Air Force song and stuff like that. Realistically, the Airman's Creed, stuff like that. Realistically, it's just to prepare you. You're gonna learn all this stuff in basic training.
Right.
So this is just a prep. So if you did want to look into it, obviously it's gonna help you. If you don't look into it, you're still gonna learn it. It just, you might not have enough time while you're in basic training to retain all of it.
Why not learn it? Because
it's not that bad. It's not that hard.
Right, and by the time you get into basic training, why not spend, it's like, I already know this stuff.
Yeah.
Let me spend it, because you
more time
need,
on the other stuff.
Exactly. You're gonna have a whole, I don't know what it's called, the book that you have to read and take a test on. It's like, do all the songs. Songs are easy to remember. I know y'all know every song that's on the radio right now because you hear it over and over again. So just listen to these like over and over and over again.
The little Air Force song is kind of cute. Not even gonna lie.
Right.
It's cute, but you're not gonna be hearing me
just
sing
listen. Just listen to over and over. So how many times have you been to DEP now? How many DEP calls have you had?
I've been to like 3 or 4. I only go every first Monday of the month, and we're together for about an hour. So my last DEP call was actually pretty long. It was like 3 or 4 hours. Just because he had us bring someone with us that's necessarily, like, I guess, interested, I guess. It didn't really matter. He just wanted us to bring somebody. He gave us pizza. You know, I was like,
trying to get you.
Yeah, I was like, you just wait us.
So
like,
what is a normal DEP call like in yours? Because I'm sure everybody's is different.
My normal DEP call, we just know that he does check up on us every single Monday. Every single Monday of the week, he texts us as a group, and he asks if anything has changed, and we have to text him outside of the group if something has changed. Like if you got a speeding ticket, if you quit a job, got fired from a job, anything like that that can be detrimental to your entry because you are in the delayed entry program. So that's the point. They're keeping track on you until you leave, because you haven't actually, you know, signed in or sworn into the real Air Force. You're just swearing into the delayed
Stuff
entry.
Can happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically, don't do anything. Right, don't do anything while you're in DEP.
Yeah, so that's just him as a recruiter. I don't know if every recruiter does that, but that's him. And then in addition to that, with the what are they called? The DEP calls.
Oh. They're talking about the fitness something.
I was so lost. Anyway, so for those meetings that we have, just go in, we sign to make sure, because they're mandatory, you have to go. We sign in, he usually weighs us, and then we ask any questions, whatever, or if he had anything specific. So like my last one, for example, like I was saying, we had to bring someone in. So there was a lot more talking than usual because these people don't know what we've been talking about or anything for that matter for the Air Force.
So that's that. Anything else you want to add? Because I want to do a video on the fitness stuff.
No, not really, other than it's good to run outside. I've learned that. Elevation and air are completely just not your friend when you're running.
Have you heard don't listen to music when you run? Because you're not going to have music in basic training.
That, and I'd be bumping, all right? I'd be having YG and all types of other ratchet stuff I probably won't be hearing for the next couple months in my ear, and I'd be
Somebody
getting it.
said that to me, and then somebody said have a conversation, like run with somebody and have a conversation. Because like when you're doing your Jodies, like when you're singing or marching in the line or something.
What do they think?
And I was
Beyonce,
like,
you know, Beyonce be running
and
singing.
No,
Nope.
I don't.
I'm
They're
not-
getting ready.
I'm not Beyonce, all right? So I don't know what that means.
So if you have a partner running, have a conversation while you're running, and that makes it worse. If you can run and have a conversation, then do that, and that'll help you too. Okay, anything else for just an update?
No. I don't have nothing else other than I'm tired of being here and I can't wait to leave. But then again, I'm low-key scared, I'm not even gonna lie. Just for the simple fact that it's that much closer and it just hasn't been this real. Like, I think what made it real for me, I think I said it in the last video, was like when I seen Raven leave, I was like, crap. And now it's like, crap, like I'm actually leaving now. So I actually have a friend that left today for the Marines. So, and he was supposed to leave in April. How he got it that fast, don't know, don't care. I'm not trying to leave that fast. So, yeah, honestly, like, I'm just,
Right.
I'm excited to dip.
She ready to go. Thank you everybody for watching. Please like and subscribe and share this video if you think any of your friends would find any value from it, and leave a comment below if you have any questions. Thank you. See you in the next video. Because I hate in the beginning of videos, subscribe, and I'm like, I didn't even watch the video. I don't even know if I like your video.
I was walking with the